Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Fabledom and welcome back to Nerdria. Things are going very well. As you can see, the castle walls have been built, which is amazing news because it means we can get to work on building a palace. Now, I mentioned in the last episode that I was slightly concerned about the idea that the palace main building would not fit in here properly. It turns out it fits perfectly right in the middle of this little section down here. So I kind of just need to improvise where this is going to go. And I'm thinking, honestly, here basically is where this is going to go. Now we can have foundations up to 200, which is pretty wild. So we're going to start with this, which I'm assuming has to be a little bit larger. Yeah, that's going to be 800 to build this. Then we have living quarters, feast halls. We have a lot of stuff that we can attach to this thing. So I am just going to go around like this and build as much of a foundation around this thing as I possibly can. I don't know how nicely it's going to play with all of my curvy castle walls, but honestly, that's totally fine. I am kind of glad that I didn't bother to go ahead and build any kind of marketplace in here. That would have been a bit disastrous, but we can have some nobles. We can maybe build it out here or out here, and we'll have some nobles leave the palace to work in there. I'm also thinking I'm going to do this, and then we'll bring a section of road across here, and that'll be totally fine. 4,000 to build this right now. The living quarters, very cool looking. I can build them right on the side of the palace here if I want to, which I am tempted to do. Can I have this intersect with the palace? No, but I can build it like this, which is, ooh. Okay, farmers have reported issues. Yeah, don't worry, I'll send some help. So this is what it's going to look like. I don't love that ground. I'm not going to lie. actually not quite a fan of that, but we will make it work. This thing, how is this supposed to attach? I guess wherever I want, right? At the end of the day, it's my palace and I'll cry if I want to. Let's see. What is this? This is the Ministry of Parks. Do I need all of these? No, I only need this one. I only need the living quarters. So this thing can kind of go anywhere, which is neat. I'm kind of thinking it could go here just because it's sort of out of the way. I would like this thing to, I don't know what way I want this thing to look. I've genuinely got no idea. We have the Ministry of Philanthropy, which is going to employ 3 nobles, gain 10 nobility every 200 days. Okay. This thing is kind of cool at the back. I think that's where that can go. It doesn't look like it's attached in the slightest because it isn't, but it makes it look like it's another entrance to the building. We've got the Ministry of Diplomacy, which, as far as buildings go, I mean, if I put it sort of here, it looks like it's sort of attached, which is cool. We've got the Ministry of Nourishment, which I don't know if this thing's actually going to attach in any way, shape, or form to the palace. I don't think everything's supposed to attach to the palace, to be quite honest with you. So maybe that's something I need to get used to, is the fact that not everything's going to attach all that nicely. Although this thing, I'm not entirely convinced I can't make this work. Like if I put it over here, that looks interesting, I suppose is the word I will use to describe that look. I don't know that I love it, but I think that's where that is going to go. I really don't like that. The Ministry of Diplomacy could go on this side. It kind of continues that diagonal wall through there, which is something, I guess. What else have we got that I might have missed? The Ministry of Culture. Okay, this needs to be its own little standalone building. I was trying to avoid sort of blocking anything here or blocking any of my views, but I get the feeling I'm going to be blocking quite a few of them. The living quarters is kind of the big one. This needs to go somewhere that makes sort of a lick of sense. I'm kind of thinking there, which I can't do because the entrance is apparently blocked. Great. That's perfect. It could go here. That's apparently okay to have it here. That seems a little bit silly. Can I get it this way around? Oh, I can do it there. Okay. I don't know how that works, but all right. That's apparently perfectly fine. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. It's a total mess. but I think it's about as much as I'm going to get. We have everything in here with the exception of the Ministry of Parks, which gives us a little bit of extra beauty. And I've just noticed that this exists. I've just noticed that there's decorations. I don't know how to feel about this. Not gonna lie. We have wall gates, we have wall sections, we have diagonal wall sections, we have evergreens, we have all sorts of stuff that we can place in here. And I'm really annoyed that I didn't notice that these existed, because it would be very, very cool to build some kind of wall around the palace. To be totally honest, that'd be really, really neat. I mean, I guess we could. We do have the technology. We do have the walls right here. I mean, this, for example, exists, which is fair enough. How would this work though? How would I build? I mean, this whole area down here is going to stay relatively open. I'm going to put some decorations of some sort down there. I don't really know what those decorations are going to be, but we'll figure that out. Also looks like I can sort of have these guys overlap a little bit, which is cool. I think what we might need to do, honestly, is extend the foundation into this space a little. I don't know that I love that, but maybe that one can go away. The rest of this is probably fine. In fact, I would say these sections can also go away. And we'll do some kind of decoration there, because what I can do is go into the decorations and we could do a little section of wall that sort of comes off of that corner. It doesn't connect perfectly, but that's probably fine. It's not really the end of the world, and there's not really much I can do about that. So we're not going to sit here and complain about things that I can't do anything about. So we'll do some wall there and there. We'll do sort of the same thing over here. Maybe 3 little sections of wall. We'll do 3 on that side. I could do a diagonal gate here, and I think that would look really cool. I think a regular gate here would look really cool as well. It does block up this space though, which if I didn't do that, if I had this sort of there, if I got rid of this gate, for example, and this gate, we could just do some diagonal sections of wall here, I guess. We'll do a regular little section of wall right here. And I mean, that is essentially the gate into the palace. I don't know that I love that though. I'm not gonna lie. I think the diagonal gate was a bit more interesting. Although this, I think, makes a bit more sense. Oh man. I am not 100% sure what to do here. I'm really not. I'm really not 100% sure what to go for with this. I think this makes the most sense. In terms of other decorations, we have got this spire, which is pretty cool, honestly. I don't know. I mean, does it have any increase the desirability range of the palace main hall by 5? This increases it by 2. I mean, we have these little towers I can play with as well, which, I mean, I guess we'll put one there just to fill up the space. We could do one over here to fill up that space as well. You know what? I think we're going to commit to this. It's 11,000 coin to build it, 765 planks, 580 stone bricks. We have neither of those things, but we're going to build it and just see what happens. This is going to take forever to come together, but I'm kind of excited to see how it goes. I'm kind of curious to see that build come together. Now, in terms of bringing people in here, we'll bring in some peasants, I suppose. And I think I'm also going to say that maybe we get another section of terracotta road right here, and that maybe we build another fountain just for the sake of a little bit of symmetry there. Maybe another section of terracotta road and another section here. And then this little area could be decorative. We can do something like the triple or even the quad planter. I think that's the way to go. Actually, no, I think the triple is the way to go. And then on this side, we do more spikes just because that seems like it would make some sense. We could also maybe get away with something like this and this next to where the gate's going to be. We could get away with some wooden benches just here and here so that we have those out front of the palace. And I have no idea if my Fabling's going to walk around in there. I can't do any roads, so I'm assuming they can. I think it's just going to be, it's going to be a while before this thing actually comes together. What is this? 800 coin for 30% more iron? Absolutely. We're going to need so much. This is going to take forever to come together, but I think it's going to look amazing. I hope it's going to look amazing. Now, in other news, we have just completed a mission. Everybody survived. I got some armaments for it as well, which means we have done 4 out of the 5 necessary missions. So let's have a look at what else we can do. You have nothing for me right now, which is fine. You have a couple things for me. So you will like it if I do this for you. You'll really like it if I do this one, which is a 60-day mission. So let's see, 25%, 50%. Can I just send, I guess, all of you guys 60 days? We'll start that mission. That should be all right. Can I do the other one? Do I need my hero? I think I do, and I don't have any hero available, so that's all right. We have a little something down here. Do you want my hero? You don't. So you won't like it if I do this, but I think that's okay. My reward is 480 iron, which is kind of wild. So let me send all of you guys. I don't think I need to send anybody else. So we'll start this mission, which will be all right. And I think that's about everything I can do right now. So it's going to be something like 60 days for one. I don't know, 59. Yeah, it's 60 days for both, which is actually completely fine. So that should keep us pretty good. That'll get us this objective done, which for one, that's great. And then, you know, a whole bunch of extra iron that we otherwise wouldn't have. It would be nice if we could get a whole bunch of extra stone and planks, because this construction's going to take forever, but you know what? I'm here for it. I think once my hero and all of those fighters get back, we're going to send them to the arena of trials. I think it's about time. Also, this thing is fully up and running. We are producing prismatic liquid, which is great. We have 62 of it in storage. It is produced using the extractor and then using grain and grapes, which is less good, but honestly, I'm here for it. It means we can use all the weapons around the palace. So if a dragon does happen to come by, hopefully we can shoot him down. Now, in other news, I'm kind of thinking of seeing whether or not I can get a laborer's guild down here. Now, this thing does employ commoners, but I would imagine we probably have some in here that are going to be unemployed. And I was also thinking that we have this body of water right here. Why don't we get some fishermen? So I could go in here and do something like this, and I can sort of just stack these across here. I don't know how efficient that's going to be, but I think it'll look really good having all these boats just out in that water. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We also have this, which is, we'll spend some nobility to sort them out. Can I get a little gravel road down here? I absolutely can. Can I get a little gravel road that comes around here? I totally can. That is perfect. Look at that. It doesn't look amazing, but it gives us access to all of these little fishermen's huts. That's going to be good. I think if we can get 9 little fablings working in these huts, it's going to look so good. Just having all these little boats out in the water. I'm kind of excited about that. I'm also wondering if I could maybe do a little bit of decoration here. Just maybe get like a little cypress tree or 2 around here to kind of make this place look like it's got some nature going on, even if it doesn't, because I do think having some big old trees around here might be a cool idea. And they're going to look planted. They're going to have planters at the base, but I think that's the way to go. I also think getting rid of you and doing one of those big trees down here would be a good idea, just to really make, I don't know, just to give it a certain look. I think it'll look good. I think it'll look interesting. So we're gonna hope for the best. Much like with the construction of the palace, we're gonna hope for the best. All right, so with this thing built, let's see what happens if I assign, we only have 1 available commoner in here, which isn't good, but I think it's about all we can really do right now. So we'll have the 3 of them work in that laborer's guild. It's gonna help us move things around a little bit. We'll spend some coin to clean the water. It is weird being down to 4,000 coin. We had 20,000 at one point. It is very, very strange not having 20,000 coin anymore, but it makes sense given, you know, what I've spent it on, I guess. So I suppose while this is building, it's probably not a bad idea to go around each of the sub-buildings and see what exactly they do, because all the different ministries have perks that come with them. The Feast Hall, for example, can produce feast supplies. These can be used to throw a feast with any neighboring ruler. Each ruler has a unique buff that will stay active during the feast. The feast supplies are not affected by any production bonuses. So that's what the Feast Hall does. I didn't know it did that, but that's what it does. The Ministry of Aristocracy provides a passive buff while staffed. For every noble working in the building, the buff becomes stronger. Now, I guess what we're doing there is paying 20 less family aid per noble assigned, meaning that I will make more money as I assign nobles to that building. Also, the main palace is built, or more or less built, which is very cool. Very, oh, it's such a good looking building. Look at that. Look at that. That looks amazing. That's so good. Anyway, we also have the wedding hall, which I'm assuming is the perfect place to celebrate your love. This hall has everything you need to host a wedding with your betrothed. Okay, we have the Ministry of Nourishment, provides a passive buff while staffed. Reduce fabling hunger by 10% per noble assigned. The Ministry of Culture can global happiness is increased by 5 per noble assigned. Ministry of Diplomacy, off-world missions are created with 30% shorter duration per noble assigned. And we have the Ministry of Philanthropy, gain 10 nobility every 200 days, cooldown reduced by 30 days per noble assigned. And then we have the Living Quarters, which is the final tier of housing. Residents here are nobles and pay higher tax than others. Yes. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. That is very, very cool. And then we can invite people to a feast. Oh, I'm very excited about this. Very, very excited about this. We have the walls coming together. This is going to be amazing. It's still going to take forever to build, but it's going to be amazing. Now, in other news, we have got 9 Fablings assigned to work across these 3 fisherman huts. And I kind of want to see what it's going to look like when we have all these boats out here. I think it's going to look a little bit silly, but it does kind of have the look that I was going for, in that we have just this little active bay right next to where the palace is. So that makes me very happy as well. Very, very pleased about that. We also have the Curse of the Wicked Witch. We probably should do something about her, but you know, it's fine. My people, even with the curse, are still at 93 happiness, so I think we'll be all right. Now, interestingly, we need commoners to work in the palace main hall, which is a problem because my commoners are relatively far away. So I'm going to take these guys out of here. I'm going to take you guys out of here, and I'm going to see, because some of you guys are relatively close by. Are you guys all much closer? You two aren't, but honestly, that's fine. I'm going to put, I guess, you guys all in here. And again, you're not super close, but at least some of you are, which is all right. We've also just entered a new chapter now that we've done the second date. So I'm going to take my reward. We're going to look at these missions, which were successful. We did lose a sword fighter, but that's okay. We're going to look at this mission. We lost nobody. We got a bunch of iron from that too, which is great news. And we have a letter from Farah. Sweet, sweet Farah. Your valiant assistance in our perilous mission has welded our connection even tighter. In the crucible of danger, your courage shines like polished steel. With gratitude as vast as the realms we explore, let our courtship blossom amidst the sparks of shared endeavors. Interesting. So we need to build the Tinker's Guild, which is part of the third date with Farah. So I'm assuming that's going to be in here, is this thing. Increase production speeds by trading resources with Farah's envoys. Okay, this thing feels like it should be over in this general direction, so we're going to build it like here, right on this corner, I think is the place for it. So right about there, it might take a little while to come together. And do we have any requests from sweet, sweet Farah? we do not. I'm assuming the requests are going to be from the guild, which we'll see how that goes. We do have everybody back though. So let's, I mean, this is unoccupied. We can't reach this because I guess the trees are in the way. Let's just send everybody. I guess we can't go there either. Let's just send everybody over there for now and see how that goes. We'll just get everybody into that space. Although by the looks of it, I don't know where. Oh, you're going there. Okay. So having selected everybody, can I put them back here? Yeah. What I'd like to do is sort of move my archers across here, because it looks like we have about 3 squads of them. So we'll put them across there. We'll grab 2 of you guys and put you, I want to say, sort of on this side. Seems like a good idea. We'll grab you and we'll put you on this side of this thing. And then my hero, good old Fergus, is going to go down here. And then I guess we're going to summon another wave of bad guys. We're not going to bring anybody in right now. This might be a terrible idea, but we'll see how it goes. Let's party. Brings happiness up to 96, even with 5 days of the curse remaining. Let's slow the game down and spawn a wave of enemies. And oh my God, I was not expecting that. Wow. Okay. I was okay. You know, suddenly I feel like we can probably do this. Yeah, so that's kind of wild, is what that is. My archers are doing great work though. The archers are absolutely, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I think we'll wait for the last 2 waves because we are a little bit low on prismatic liquid, which gets consumed every time these things fire. I was really, man, that was unexpected. That was, that was really unexpected. I did not. Okay, I kind of forgot that we had the towers. Turns out they're really good, which is great news. Oh, look at this. Look at the little gate. It's got my banners on it and everything. That's amazing. Oh, I am genuinely so excited for this thing to get done. You know what? I want to say 22 prismatic liquid is probably enough to make this happen. Let's do it. I'm impatient. Oh, wow. Okay, we're down to 0, but we did annihilate most of them. So with 0 prismatic liquid, I think that's where we're going to wait. Do I want to, oh, okay. I can send you all of that. I'm pretty sure. So that was one of her requests. Oh man. I don't know what else she's going to be requesting. That's got me slightly concerned. I really don't know what else she's going to be requesting. That might be a problem. I guess we'll find out is what we'll do. I guess we'll find out what Farah is going to be wanting. I suppose building the wedding hall is going to be appropriate, and having the feast hall at some point is going to be appropriate too. You know, I do think it might not be a bad idea to get ourselves some more coal makers, given that the amount of coal we have is terrible, and we do happen to have a whole bunch of just logs sitting about. So I'm going to say we build a coal maker. Well, if I build it here, it's going to be very, very close to where I'm going to build some townhouses, but I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here, and I'm hoping that'll be enough. We'll get some little roads that lead out to those. I'm fairly sure we have some commoners in this area that aren't working right now. I'm pretty sure that'll be close enough that it's not a super long commute. At least I'm hoping that it's not going to be a super long commute, but whatever we do, I want the coal thing fixed so that once winter comes around, we actually have a little bit of a stockpile. I think that seems fair. Oh, now this is interesting. I'm going to offer some nobility for some prismatic liquid, and it's going to live right down there. We've also got this guy. You want some stone bricks? Unfortunately, oh, that's Farah. Of course you do. Of course you do. I need those. But you know what? I'm happy to help. Wait, I can just give you stone? Yeah, happy to help. There's some stone. We'll just give you that instead. Makes my life a whole lot easier. Okay. With all of this prismatic liquid, I feel quite confident in doing, defeat the current wave before spawning another. We did. There we go. I feel quite confident in doing this, given, you know, the prismatic liquid that we have, and there we go. Do I just, hold on a minute, spawn wave 7 of 7. Oh, okay. Let me slow the game down a little bit. We still have 151. Spawn the wave. Oh, no. I might have made a terrible mistake here. I'm pretty sure we can still beat this thing. In fact, I'm quite confident that yes, we can absolutely beat this thing. That answers the question of what the stone giant thing is elsewhere. This is very cool. Incredible, amazing, fantastic, and unbelievable. You conquered the arena of trials. We always knew you were good, but this is more than we expected. We insist that you let us tear down this arena and build a statue to commemorate this accomplishment. So we get nobility, we get coin, we get a festival for 90 days. Not bad. Not bad at all. And there's a statue of old Fergus. Look at him. I think that's Fergus, right? That is, yeah, that's Fergus. Oh, I love that. I love that. I'd like to, can I, oh, I can relocate it. I don't know if I, well, actually, no, I don't know if I can relocate it. That's very cool, though. That is very, very cool. Very, very happy about that. 98 happiness right now. That is kind of wild. That has me feeling all sorts of confident, though, about going and having a little chat with our stone giant friend over here. In fact, I almost wonder, we don't have that many territories left. We have this one down here. I'm not super interested in it. We have this one, which abandoned graveyard, not super interested. I think what I'm interested in is the witch's hut and the stone giant. So we'll get the witch's hut. We'll get the stone giant. We're down to 3,700 coin. That's honestly okay. I want to grab everybody and I want to bring them over here. And we're just going to see what happens if I go talk to the stone giant is what we're going to do. I also kind of want to see everybody just moving, because I think this is the longest journey that I've ever sent all of my little soldiers on, and it looks pretty cool. It's gonna be neat seeing them go through my my town as well. I love this. I really do. We've also just finished the Ministry of Aristocracy, have we? That was unexpectedly quick, actually. We don't have anyone that can work in here. We need nobles, but that's cool. That's really cool. Okay, that's got me excited. Let's have a bit of a look over this way then. We're also down to like 8 planks, so the whole construction project's really about to slow down, but that's totally fine. Let's do this. Actually, we'll put these guys right next to this thing and let's see what we can do. So the giant stands frozen in time, towering over your hero. All along its body, there are cracks and chips as if someone has tried to hack at it with a pickaxe. We can spend nobility to attempt to repair it. The giant's essence seems trapped in this crystal. We got the essence of life. Okay. That is not what I was expecting, but all right. And then so we have the essence of balance now, which is more damage, attack speed, health, and health regeneration. This is just more health. You know what? I can equip both of them. So that's what we're going to do. That's kind of perfect. All right. So Fergus just has ridiculous amounts of health now. So I think old Fergie boy is going to be standing around chilling for a bit to, you know, regen all of its health, and then we'll go and try and deal with the witch. That seems like the right call. We've also just built a coal maker over here, which is great news. We actually have both of them up and going. We have you working in there. We have you working in there. That should sort out the coal problem, which honestly is doing fine. We're up to 59 coal right now, but yeah, a little bit more of that's not going to hurt us, I don't think. I think what's going to hurt us is the plank production. It's going to be slowing things way down. Now, what do you want? You want armaments or iron? I will give you, honestly, the armaments. We only need 20 at a time, so that's fine. We've done 3 out of the 5 tasks. This thing over here is going to take a little while to come together, but that's all right. Not super worried about it. Things are kind of things are moving at a reasonable pace. The fact that this got built is kind of most surprising of all. It was done a lot quicker than I thought it would be. Oh, you know what? I think it's time. I don't think Fergus needs full health for this. Let's see what we can do with the witch. So, the door opens and the witch peers out, disdain in her eyes. After a long pause, without anyone being turned into a frog, she croaks. What? We can either tell her to be gone for good, which is 30 nobility, or we can make a deal. We can challenge the witch, accepting the hunger curse for 1 year. Once the year is over, the witch will have to leave for good. This will add the debuff, Witch's Curse, turning all of us into skeletons, doubling hunger for 110 days. I have 2 words for how to respond to this situation. And those words, quite simply, are challenge accepted.